Hello everyone, my name is Kiran Bhatt. I am an American of Kannadiga descent. I was born and brought up in Georgia, but my parents come from Karnataka. And since I was 18, I had a huge travel bug. Or rather, since I was 20, I had a huge travel bug. I think at 18, I want to escape the US South because it didn't fit my personality or what I happened to be. But at 20, I went to Spain. I realized I want to travel and live a global lifestyle. And I want to write books of a certain global bent, books that could not be captured or be labeled as part of one nation, another, that belong to a greater global kaleidoscope of existence. And I largely work on those concepts and themes in my fiction, on my novels, but I think my poetry is also impacted by it as well. I think I also happen to have spent the last 10 years traveling, and I've been now to 132 countries. I've lived in so many corners of the world, and I also picked up a lot of languages. And one of the languages I've picked up is Mandarin. And I want to thank Samyukta so much for wanting to profile my work in Mandarin. I have written a book called Kura Now Sure. This is a copy of it. You can find it on Amazon. It was published out of Taiwan last year, and it was a set of dialectics that I wrote between Mandarin and English. Uh, I wrote between those two languages because while the thoughts came to me first in Mandarin, I am not good at Mandarin. It's not a language I'm completely fluent in, and so sometimes my mind, or most of the time, my mind would have to revert back to English to continue my thoughts. And then it became a certain process. It became, interesting enough, a dialectic, much like the dialectic in this book, in which I had to kind of start off with a concept in Mandarin or a phrase in Mandarin that then would have English words, or would suddenly turn into English, and I would have to figure out, okay, now how do I take this concept I don't know how to say in Mandarin and put it in that language? And that was something. Luckily, when I lived in Shanghai, I had so many friends who were there to help me, and so I just would show them my writing and they would help me find the right way to say it. So this is partly a work of self-translation in many ways. I think this is an interesting book because a lot of my transnational, translinguistic writing cannot be classified as a work in just one language. It was formed in multiple languages, and I think that's something that I've had to reconcile. Whether I write in Kannada, in Spanish, in Mandarin, Portuguese, Turkish, whatever, I always have to kind of be in multiple languages at once. Thematically, Kura Now Sure is a set of questions that are then answered. I was inspired by this kind of way that students of Confucius in his analectics would ask him things and Confucius would respond. But rather than giving a very logical, like more Chinese style answer, I decided to give a bhakti answer, one that's full of emotion and evocativeness and passion and full of maybe the divine in a certain way, even though the poems are not religious. So it's a fusion of kind of that bhakti emotiveness with kind of Confucian rhetoric. And I think all the poems are unique because all of them are questions about different things. The questions are very abstract, like what do you define as love? What do you think is destiny? What do you think is the meaning of life? What do you think is the reason why you did X, Y, Z in life? So I think all of them have interesting poetic answers and can bring out something in the reader. And I'm glad now that more people in English are showing interest in this book. I wrote it between 2016, 2017, 2018, and then finally decided I'm going to try to publish it because why not? And it was hard because my Mandarin was bad and a lot of the people who read it could not get it. I think I got a Taiwanese publisher ultimately because Taiwanese people are a little bit more open-minded to the idea that, China has a lot of it's a difficult market to publish in for many reasons, but it was hard for them to understand this foreigner who was writing from a very particular perspective and trying to specifically create a very Hindu feeling text inside of a language that's never had that feeling, and so it was very difficult for them to understand it. Whereas I think the publisher I found actually liked it and they wanted to try to get it out, which was nice. And they only publish like 100 copies of it, which to be honest is already hard enough to get in a language that's not even my market. But I'm happy to get it out there, and now I'm happy that that my self translations of these poems are finding a place in the English language and in the English speaking world. So thank you, Sonia and Samyukta, for wanting to profile this series. I hope that you enjoy the 5 poems that we are covering in this suite.